Hey, what up? This is OP from Serato. So you've just downloaded and installed Serato Sample, and you want to use the stems feature inside of Serato Sample to isolate the drums, to chop them up for a track that you're making. I'm going to show you how you can do this. Let's go. Here, I've licensed this song, Keep Holding On, by Ryan James Carr. I'm going to isolate the drum stems to make a new drum track. Even though it's got plenty of parts that I can loop here, I want to capture its original signature sound. But I want to reinvent it and play it in my own style and beat. Listening to it isolated, I can hear great kicks, snares, hi-hats, and other hits all around. So what I'm going to do is click the drop down next to Find Samples and click Set Slicer. This option will place cue points throughout the sample quickly and subdivide the beat automatically at some preset intervals, like every bar, half bar, quarter bar, etc. This will help you find combinations of kicks, hi-hats, snares, and more to use. Of course, I can also do this manually, but doing it this way saves me time. I'm going to go through these cue points and build up my deck of preferred one-shots. I'll favorite the ones that I like, and I'll also right-click and add names to describe each one of them for reference. Note that by default, Serato Sample was set to monophonic playback, meaning that it's only going to play one cue point at a time. This is great if you want kicks, snares, or hi-hats to cut each other off when they're being played on top of each other, giving a chopping feel to the drums. But with a beat made of one-shots, you probably want to have more than one cue point playing at the same time for your beat, like having the hi-hats, the kicks, or the snares playing at the same time. To have this happen, change the setting to polyphonic. Now set to poly, we can play the samples at the same time when they fall on the same beat. You can either draw beats in the MIDI piano roll or record playing live on the computer's keyboard. Or if you have a MIDI controller, you can play like this. With Serato Sample's legendary pitch and time technology, you can change the project's tempo, and the pitch of the drums does not change unless you want them to. Let's drop down the sample key a few semitones to give it a different pitch and sound. So I've just shown you the basics of chopping drums, but you can take this one step further. Don't feel limited to using drums from just one sample. With Serato Sample's real-time stem separation, it's fast and easy to create new tracks and load up sample instances with different stem-separated drums, percussive sounds, or other found sounds of samples that you can use. Each instance of Serato Sample might have one shot that you're going to use, but with all the tracks playing together, you created your own custom drum deck, using isolated samples from several different sources for a unique sound. So we covered how to chop drum stems to make our own beat. So now we can move on to other parts of production, like using samples, laying down bass lines, chord progressions, or even incorporating acapellas. Check out the other videos on making beats with Serato Sample. And if you need some royalty-free sample packs, check out the links in the description.